Here's the way for President Trump to get Greenland. 综合总结，在特朗普总统任期内，他曾尝试向丹麦购买格陵兰，但未能如愿。近期，随着特朗普在2024年再次当选为总统，关于他在第二个任期中如何获得格陵兰的可能性重新引发了广泛讨论。历史背景。自1917年以来，美国没有通过购买方式获得新领土，最近的一次购地事件是从丹麦购买维尔京群岛。特朗普的购买格陵兰提议被视为一个不寻常的政治举动，尽管在国际关系中并不常见，但它揭示了美国对地缘政治和资源的关注。格陵兰的战略价值。格陵兰在地缘政治上具有重要的战略价值，尤其是在应对气候变化和资源开发方面。冰层下隐藏着丰富的自然资源，包括稀土元素和矿产，这使得格陵兰成为全球主要大国争相关注的焦点。此外，随着北极地区航道的开放，格陵兰的地理位置在国际贸易中也愈发重要。经济考量。直接从丹麦购买格陵兰的成本可能高达数十亿甚至数百亿美元。尽管购买成本高昂， Steve Forbes 在福布斯的一篇文章中指出，特朗普可以考虑其他方式来实现对格陵兰的控制，以避免直接的巨大财政支出。4个来源的差异。 CNN 和 BBC 的报道强调了格陵兰人民对特朗普提议的反应，指出许多格陵兰人对此持有保留态度，他们担心这种提议将导致政治和经济的不稳定。福布斯则更加关注特朗普如何从经济和战略的角度实现对格陵兰的控制，提出了一些可能的替代方案。YouTube 上的视频内容探讨了特朗普在2024年总统选举中的相关性，强调其在选举中的影响力和公众反应。事件时间线。2019年，特朗普首次提出购买格陵兰的想法，引发国际社会的广泛关注和讨论。2024年，特朗普再次当选总统，围绕格陵兰的讨论重新升温。2025年1月，多家媒体和分析师开始探讨如何在特朗普的第二任期内实现对格陵兰的控制，包括从经济和战略的角度提出建议。结论：尽管特朗普在其任期内的购买计划未能成功，但这一话题在美国政治中仍然引发了广泛的讨论。格陵兰的未来及其与美国的关系依然值得关注。随着全球地缘政治的变化，如何在不依赖直接购买的情况下实现对格陵兰的控制，将是特朗普及其团队需要认真考虑的重要问题。The topic of President Trump's potential acquisition of Greenland has resurfaced as he prepares for a possible second term in office, prompting a variety of discussions and analysis regarding the feasibility and implications of such a move. This situation presents several counterintuitive points that challenge conventional wisdom about territorial acquisition and international relations. 1. Historical context of territorial acquisitions. Traditionally, the idea of a country purchasing territory from another has become increasingly rare in modern geopolitics. Since the U.S. last acquired territory through purchase in 1917, the notion of outright buying land has not only fallen out of favor, but is also viewed as an outdated concept. The fact that Trump's proposal to buy Greenland was met with widespread skepticism reflects a broader sentiment that territorial acquisitions are now more often achieved through treaties, negotiations, or conflicts rather than financial transactions. This contrasts sharply with the straightforward expectation that money can buy land, highlighting the complexities of modern diplomacy and national sovereignty. View Greenland's strategic value versus local sentiment. While proponents of Trump's acquisition strategy often emphasize Greenland's strategic geopolitical significance, particularly in the context of climate change and resource management, local sentiment among Greenlanders is markedly different. Reports indicate that many Greenlanders view Trump's interest with skepticism, fearing that such a move could lead to instability or diminish their autonomy. This juxtaposition of strategic interest from a foreign power against the wishes of the local population presents an ironic twist. The very resources and strategic advantages that the U.S. seeks may also be the source of resistance and contention from the people who live there. 3. The cost of acquisition. The financial implications of acquiring Greenland cannot be understated, with estimates ranging from tens to potentially hundreds of billions of dollars. This notion challenges the perception that large-scale territorial acquisitions are simply a matter of budget allocation. The sheer scale of cost involved raises questions about the prioritization of resources and the potential backlash from American taxpayers. It suggests a counterintuitive reality, that the pursuit of territorial expansion through purchase may not be as economically viable or politically acceptable as it appears, especially in an era where domestic issues require significant funding and attention. 4. Alternative approaches to control. Some analysts, including figures like Steve Forbes, have suggested that instead of a direct purchase, alternative methods could allow the U.S. to exert influence over Greenland without a formal acquisition. This could include diplomatic agreements or economic partnerships that grant the U.S. access to resources or strategic positions. This approach highlights a counterintuitive aspect of international relations, that influence can often be achieved through cooperation and agreement rather than through outright ownership or control, challenging the traditional notion of power as synonymous with territorial possession. 5. The role of climate change. The conversation around Greenland is also entangled with issues of climate change and environmental stewardship. The melting ice caps and the potential for resource extraction in the Arctic have made Greenland a focal point for geopolitical strategies. However, this raises counterintuitive questions about the implications of such exploitation. While resource acquisition may benefit the U.S. economically, it also poses ethical dilemmas regarding environmental impact and the rights of indigenous populations. Thus, the pursuit of Greenland for its resources could inadvertently undermine the very values of sustainability and ethical governance that many advocate for in the context of climate change. 6. Political ramifications. The political landscape surrounding Trump's interest in Greenland is fraught with risks. The proposal has the potential to alienate Denmark and other allies, creating diplomatic tensions that could outweigh any benefits derived from such a move. The counterintuitive reality here is that what might be perceived as a bold and assertive foreign policy initiative could lead to unintended consequences, including increased isolation for the U.S. on the global stage. This reflects a broader theme in international relations where aggressive posturing can lead to diminished influence rather than enhanced power. In conclusion, while the idea of President Trump acquiring Greenland may initially appear to be a straightforward matter of negotiation and purchase, the underlying complexities reveal a landscape filled with counterintuitive elements. Historical precedents, local sentiments, financial considerations, alternative strategies for influence, environmental ethics, and potential political fallout all converge to paint a more nuanced picture of what such an acquisition entails. The dialogue surrounding Greenland serves as a microcosm of broader themes in contemporary geopolitics, illustrating that the pursuit of national interests is often fraught with unexpected challenges and contradictions. 在关于特朗普如何获得格陵兰的报告中，有几个重要内容可能被大多数人忽视，但他们在理解这一复杂问题时显得尤为重要。一、历史背景的独特性。重要性。报告提到，美国自1917年以来没有通过购买方式获得新领土。 这一历史背景强调了特朗普购买格陵兰提议的异常性。大多数人可能会将其视为特朗普的个人兴趣或非正统的商业行为，但实际上，这反映了国际关系和领土主权的深层次变迁。购买领土在现代国际法和外交实践中已基本被视为过时的做法，因此，特朗普的提议不仅是对历史的挑战，也是对现行国际规范的质疑。2. 格陵兰的战略价值、重要性。报告中提到，格陵兰在应对气候变化和资源开发方面具有重要的战略价值。大多数人可能对特朗普的提议持有轻视态度，认为这只是一个政治噱头。然而，格陵兰的冰层下蕴藏着丰富的矿产资源和战略航道，这在全球气候变化的背景下变得愈发重要。忽视这一点，可能导致对美国在北极地区战略布局的误解，尤其是在与俄罗斯和中国的地缘政治竞争中。3. 经济考量和替代方案。重要性。报告中提到，直接购买格陵兰的成本可能高达数十亿甚至数百亿美元。Steve Forbes 提出了一些可能的替代方案，以避免高昂的直接购买成本。很多人可能会仅关注购买这一直接方式，而忽视了更为复杂的经济和政治策略。替代方案的探讨不仅展示了特朗普可能采取的多样化策略，也反映了他对经济利益的重视，这可能会影响到美国的外交政策和与丹麦的关系。4. 格陵兰人民的态度、重要性。CNN 和 BBC 的报道强调了格陵兰人民对特朗普提议的反应，许多人对这一想法持保留态度，认为可能引发不稳定。这一点容易被忽视，但它揭示了地方政治和民意在国际事务中的重要性。格陵兰人民的反对声音不仅关乎他们自己未来的选择，也影响到国际社会对这一提议的接受程度。理解这一点可以帮助分析美国与格陵兰及丹麦关系的未来走向。5. 公众反应与选举影响、重要性。YouTube 和其他平台上的讨论强调了特朗普在2024年总统选举中的影响力和公众反应。这一方面反映了特朗普的支持者对其政策的期望，另一方面也表明公众对国家领土和资源管理的关注。这种影响力不仅关乎特朗普个人的政治生涯，也可能对美国在国际事务中的立场产生深远影响。忽视这一点可能导致对未来美国政治动态的误判。6. 政治和经济稳定的潜在风险、重要性。报告中提到，格陵兰的购买提议可能会引发政治和经济上的不稳定，这一点容易被忽视。然而，任何涉及主权转移的交易都可能引发国际争议和冲突。在全球化日益加深的今天，国家间的关系复杂多变，忽视这种潜在风险可能导致对美国外交政策的误解。综上所述，这些重要内容不仅有助于更全面地理解特朗普关于格陵兰的提议，还揭示了这一问题在历史、地缘政治、经济和社会层面上的复杂性。对这些细节的关注，可以帮助我们更好地把握未来国际关系的发展趋势。
1. Historical context of territorial acquisition. The United States has not engaged in the purchase of new territories since 1917 when it acquired the Virgin Islands from Denmark. This historical context is critical as it highlights the rarity and complexity of modern territorial acquisitions. Trump's proposal to buy Greenland was an unusual and controversial initiative that reignited discussions about the legality and practicality of such actions in contemporary geopolitics. Analyzing the historical precedents and legal frameworks surrounding territorial acquisitions can provide deeper insights into the challenges Trump faces in pursuing this goal. 2. Geopolitical and strategic importance of Greenland. Greenland's strategic value cannot be overstated. It plays a significant role in global geopolitics, particularly regarding climate change and resource exploitation. The melting ice in Greenland is revealing previously inaccessible natural resources, including minerals and potential oil reserves, which could have substantial economic implications. Additionally, Greenland's location is pivotal for military strategies and international relations, especially as the U.S. seeks to counterbalance the influence of China and Russia in the Arctic region. A thorough examination of these factors and their implications for U.S. foreign policy would be beneficial. 3. Economic considerations and alternatives to direct purchase. The financial implications of acquiring Greenland are immense, with estimates suggesting the cost could range from tens of billions to hundreds of billions of dollars. However, various analysts, including those in Forbes, propose alternative strategies for the U.S. to exert influence or control over Greenland without a direct purchase. These could include economic incentives, partnerships, or investments in infrastructure and resource development. An in-depth analysis of these alternative strategies could provide a more nuanced understanding of how the U.S. might achieve its goals regarding Greenland while navigating economic constraints. 4. Public sentiment and political implications. The reception of Trump's proposal both domestically and among Greenland's populace is crucial. Reports indicate that many Greenlanders are apprehensive about the implications of U.S. control, fearing potential political and economic instability. Furthermore, the political ramifications of pursuing such a controversial proposal could significantly affect Trump's standing in both national and international spheres. Investigating public sentiment in Greenland as well as the broader implications for U.S. domestic politics and international relations will be vital for understanding the potential outcomes of any future attempts to acquire or exert control over Greenland. Together, these points provide a framework for a comprehensive discussion about the complexities surrounding Trump's ambitions for Greenland, encompassing historical, geopolitical, economic, and social dimensions. Here are 3 famous historical cases similar to the theme of President Trump's interest in acquiring Greenland. 1. The purchase of Alaska, 1867. In 1867, the United States purchased Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million, a deal orchestrated by Secretary of State William H. Seward. At the time, many criticized the purchase as Seward's folly or Seward's icebox, believing that Alaska was a barren wasteland with little value. However, the acquisition proved to be immensely beneficial for the U.S. as Alaska is rich in natural resources including oil, gas, gold, and seafood. The purchase expanded U.S. territory significantly and played a crucial role in America's growth as a continental power. 2. The Louisiana Purchase, 1803. The Louisiana Purchase was a land acquisition in which the United States bought approximately 828,000 square miles of territory from France for $15 million. This deal, negotiated by President Thomas Jefferson, doubled the size of the United States and provided vast tracts of fertile land for agriculture and settlement. The acquisition is considered one of the most significant land deals in history, as it facilitated westward expansion and helped establish the U.S. as a major power in North America. 3. The annexation of Texas, 1845. Texas was an independent republic after gaining independence from Mexico in 1836. The annexation of Texas into the United States was a contentious issue as it raised concerns about the expansion of slavery and the potential for conflict with Mexico. Despite these issues, the U.S. Congress voted to annex Texas in 1845, leading to the Mexican-American War 1846–1848. The war resulted in significant territorial gains for the U.S., including present-day California, Arizona, New Mexico, and parts of Colorado, Utah, and Nevada. The annexation of Texas and the subsequent war played a pivotal role in shaping the borders of the modern United States. These historical cases reflect the complexities and controversies surrounding territorial acquisitions, often driven by strategic, economic, and political considerations similar to the discussions surrounding Trump's interest in Greenland. Future outlook: predictions for President Trump's potential acquisition of Greenland. As the political landscape evolves following the 2024 U.S. presidential elections, with Donald Trump once again in the spotlight as president, discussions about the acquisition of Greenland are likely to resurface. Here are several predictions regarding the future of this initiative. 1. Increased geopolitical tensions. The strategic significance of Greenland will continue to grow as climate change alters global dynamics. As the Arctic ice melts, new shipping routes will open and natural resources become more accessible. The U.S. may push for a stronger presence in Greenland as a countermeasure to Russian and Chinese interests in the region. This could lead to heightened geopolitical tensions, especially if Trump pursues aggressive negotiations or unilateral actions regarding Greenland. 2. Alternative methods of control. Given the challenges surrounding a direct purchase, Trump may explore alternative avenues to assert U.S. influence over Greenland. This could involve military partnerships, strengthening U.S. military bases on the island, or negotiating agreements that allow for enhanced military presence under the guise of mutual defense. Economic investments, proposing significant investments in Greenland's infrastructure and economy, thereby increasing dependency on the U.S. while sidestepping the complexities of outright ownership. 3. Public sentiment and local governance. Local sentiment in Greenland regarding U.S. interests will play a crucial role in any future negotiations. The Greenlandic population has historically shown skepticism towards external control. In response, Trump's administration may focus on cultivating relationships with local leaders, emphasizing respect for Greenlandic autonomy while promoting the benefits of closer ties with the U.S. This could involve cultural exchanges, initiatives to promote cultural understanding and cooperation. Economic benefits, highlighting potential economic benefits from a partnership with the U.S. that focuses on sustainable development. 4. Legislative challenges. Acquiring Greenland, even indirectly, will face substantial legislative hurdles in the U.S. Congress. Any significant financial commitments or military agreements will require approval from lawmakers. Given the divided political climate, Trump may need to negotiate compromises to garner bipartisan support for any initiatives related to Greenland. 5. International reactions and alliances. Trump's approach to Greenland will likely provoke reactions from key international players, including Denmark, the European Union, and other Arctic nations. Denmark may feel pressured to reinforce its sovereignty over Greenland, thus prompting stronger diplomatic ties with other countries, including Canada and Norway. The U.S. administration will need to engage in careful diplomacy to maintain positive relations while pursuing its interests. 6. Climate change and resource management. As climate change continues to impact the Arctic, the U.S. will need to navigate complex environmental issues. Greenland's natural resources, including minerals and oil, could attract U.S. business interests. However, environmental concerns will necessitate a balanced approach emphasizing sustainable practices and respect for indigenous rights. Trump may pivot his narrative to frame U.S. involvement as a means of protecting Greenland's environment while tapping into its resources. 7. Potential for a referendum. If negotiations progress, there may be calls for a referendum among the Greenlandic population regarding their future political status. Such a move could complicate U.S. strategies, as a significant portion of the population may oppose any form of annexation or control. The Trump administration might need to prepare for public relations campaigns to sway public opinion in favor of closer ties with the U.S. Conclusion. In summary, while the idea of acquiring Greenland remains a contentious topic, several factors will influence the likelihood of such a scenario under Trump's presidency. Increased geopolitical tensions, alternative methods of influence, local sentiments, legislative challenges, international reactions, climate change considerations, and the potential for public referendums will all play critical roles in shaping the future of Greenland-U.S. relations. As discussions continue, the focus will likely shift toward strategic partnerships rather than outright ownership, reflecting the complexities of modern international relations.